First, we start with a new project, and we can select our input data. In this case, we will add RGB mosaic as well as LiDAR data. In this case, it's late season corn, so the RGB data won't be best for extraction, but could be useful for visualization. We've added the RGB mosaic, and now the last file. We can load these as base maps for visualization. First, the RGB mosaic, and we can see that this will prove difficult for extraction. So we will switch to the LiDAR. We can optionally choose center lines and centroids, provide a trial design name, choose our units, and set our parameters if known. Choose the segments per plot. And finally, create the area for extraction. You can upload a GeoJSON or create one on the fly. Finally, hit OK. This is the first step of setting up your project. Then we can go to plot extraction. Again, we can choose which data we want to use and load that. Our documentation will walk you through how to set these parameters, but typically the default parameters are a great place to start. So long as everything looks good, click the Detect Rows and Alleys button. In this case, we have an extra line at the top and at the bottom. We'll remove those lines. Note that we have 16 lines because we have 15 ranges. Finally, export your plots. We can drag and drop these into our GIS tool like QGIS. In this case, we will look at the center lines, the centroids, the as designed and as detected layers. As designed is basically how they were created in the setup. As detected is how they were objectively recognized in the data. You can compare and contrast these differences in your GIS tool. Now that we've completed that, we can go back to the next step. We can refine if we chose, or in this case it looks pretty good, so we'll just label. We'll choose the base map we want for visualization. We'll load the data that we just created, and you have a choice here as to which you use. In this case, we're going to choose the as detected, and then we will choose the origin. In this case, the origin is the far left corner of the field at the bottom, but our trial is over on the right. So we're going to do two things. We're going to set the origin as location number 2, and then we're going to adjust the range and row numbers. Our planter was a 4-row planter, and we want to consider the planter direction for the labeling. We click Label, and then we can click Export. Additionally, we can also put the exported layer back into the fieldbook joining if we had a fieldbook to join. Now we can confirm the updated labels by going to the Label folder and choosing center lines, centroids, or the polygons. And in this case, we will quickly add a label and zoom in to confirm that the numbering is correct. In this case, the default is range row, but there is also a segment number that you can use. And that's it. For more questions or examples, contact us at plottoolsupport@gryfn.io.